tonight's NCAA men's soccer matchup featuring the visiting University of Dubuque Spartans and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Joining the teams on the field for the introductions, the Infinity Soccer Club U9 Purple Squad and the Infinity Soccer Club U9 Storm Squad. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Dubuque, starting in goal, number 0, Riley Jensen. Number 2, Will Hirsch. Number 4, John Hazelwonder. Number 6, Billy Belmonte. Number 8, Peter Hager. Number 9, Felipe Sanchez. Number 17, Kalen Gonzalez. Number 21, Brandon Wiley. Number 23, Gonzalo Hernandez. Number 25, Jacob Ferenkrug. And number 27, Danny Daniels. The Spartans are coached by Brad Johnson and enter tonight's game with an overall record of 5-6-3. And now the starting lineups for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Starting in goal, number 0, John Reglin. Number 5, Christian Mullen. Number 9, Andrew Witzowski. Number 10, Brett Stifler. Number 11, Mike Emig. Number 14, Michael DeLong. Number 18, Jordan Fletcher. Number 21, Brad Yarwood. Number 22, Scott Johnson. Number 23, Jeff Kading. And number 3, Josh Rudd. The Blue Jays are coached by Dave DiTomaso. Elmhurst enters tonight's contest with an overall record of 8-3-3. Our officials for this evening's contest, Jordan Pramick, Cayetano Silva, and Joseph Kim. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you all please rise and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Elmhurst men's soccer as they host a non-conference contest against the University of Dubuque Spartans. My name's Luke Tanaka, and I am very excited to bring you all the action from today's midweek non-conference contest between these two very solid teams. Dubuque hailing from the IIAC, the Iowa Intercollegiate Conference, and the Blue Jays hailing from the CCIW College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. The Dubuque coming in with a record of 5-6-3. Give you their starters in a second. Elmhurst comes in with a record of 8-3-3. Elmhurst coming in with a 2-game winning streak after winning a couple of conference contests. North Central, they defeated here at Langhorse Field 1-0, and then Millikan University went on the road and beat them 4-0. It's a nice win for Elmhurst there, as 4 goals is the most that any team in any game Elmhurst has played this season has scored. Their previous high on the season was a 3-0 win against LaGrange College. John Reglin with 2 straight shutouts. And just a balanced offensive attack from the Blue Jays in that win over Millikan. 4 different Blue Jays scored in that game. As Dubuque will start us off with the kickoff in just a second, we'll give you Dubuque starters in goal. At number 0, Riley Jensen. The defenders, number 6, Billy Belmonte. Number 8, Peter Hager. number 27, Danny Daniels. Defensive midfielder number 2, Will Hirsch, as we are now underway with the first whistle. Playing all the way back to the keeper, Jensen. Dubuque will start their first attack from back there. This first pass, though, intercepted by Brett Stifler on the near side. Stifler looking for Emick, who let it go for Fletcher. Fletcher, this is a good opportunity here, crossing one into the box, but then it's going to be lifted away by Brandon Wiley, another defensive midfielder in for this Dubuque squad. Blue Jays showing some good possession early after intercepting that first pass that Stifler was able to get. The Blue Jays haven't gotten rid of possession since that time. Other starters for Dubuque. Midfielders, number 4, John Hazelwonder. Number 9, Felipe Sanchez. Number 17, Colin Gonzalez. And number 23, Gonzalo Hernandez. Brandon Wiley is another defensive midfielder. And then forward / midfielder, more of an attacking midfielder, number 25, Jacob Ferenkrug. Those are the starters for Dubuque. As for the Blue Jays, John Reglan in goal. Arguably and statistically the best goalkeeper in the CCIW. The defenders, number 22, Scott Johnson, number 21, Brad Yarwood, number 5, Christian Mullen. So here comes a long throw in from the far side into the box. It's dangerous, and it's going to be punched away by Jensen over the bar. Awaiting a call. It looks like it'll be a goal kick. So it must have gotten ahead sometime as it went in, and it looked like possibly the head of Emiger, who was jumping for it right in front of Jensen, and perhaps it was his head rather than the hand of Jensen that got it last, and Dubuque will be able to kick it away. Continue to go through the starters for the Blue Jays. We already mentioned the defensemen. So here's Emig trying to get a burst of speed to beat his defender. Could not do so, and it'll be a goal kick once again. Emig in shock that 2 of those calls have not gone his way. But a good run by him, just couldn't quite get around his defender and then ended up losing the ball. Defensive midfielders Jordan Fletcher and Andrew Witzowski for the Blue Jays. Other midfielders, number 10, Brett Stifler. Number 23, Jeff Kading, and number 30, Josh Rudd. 2 attackers for the Blue Jays in this game. Usually haven't started together, but they have been 2 of the best attackers for the Blue Jays on the season, Mike Emig and Michael DeLong. Emig has come off the bench for much of this season. This is DeLong on the far side with lots of space. DeLong looking to get a pass into Emig, will not. The ball will be cleared, but it'll be a Blue Jay corner. Check it out on the replay. Nice ball lifted up to DeLong, who had plenty of space to work with and ended up just hitting it right into the defender, I believe. That was number 21, Brandon Wiley, in on the defense. Now Stifler will serve one in from the far side. Stifler recently named CCIW Offensive Player of the Week. Had a couple of goals last week, including the only goal of the contest against North Central. So here's Stifler lifting one into the box. It goes near the far post. Yarwood was the one who wanted to be on the other end of it, but could not do so, and instead roll all over the near sideline for an Elmhurst throw-in as we check out that corner kick once again. Yarwood near the far post, couldn't quite get on it as the taller Brandon Wiley was able to get ahead on it. Now instead it's going to be on the near side. Jeff Kading will be the one to throw it into the box once again, just trying to serve one. Find ahead of a Blue Jay player as ticking under 41 minutes to go. This one is also off the head, it seems, of Wiley, waiting for a call. Will be another corner for the Blue Jays. Stifler will take it from the near side. Coming over to join him is Michael DeLong and a couple of other Blue Jays. Perhaps trying to play it short. They really don't have anybody in the box, so they will play it short. DeLong will lift one into the box. It's headed away by the Dubuque defense. Then let go by Kading, so he can have another chance to throw it in. Short throw to DeLong. Witzowski has it now. Playing catch with DeLong. Then chipping it up the near sideline for Kading. This is Brett Stifler. Has it taken away, but over the end line, over the sideline. With 40 minutes to go, the Blue Jays will have another throw in. We'll see if Kading takes this all the way into the box or if he plays it short. No Blue Jay to play it short to, so it will go into the box. Long run up from Kading. Here's the throw. A head on it, and it was Yarwood, and then a shot off the post. Yarwood had the first opportunity. As we check it out on the replay, he will put a head on it and put it towards the far post. Great save by Riley Jensen, and then another Blue Jay just took a wild shot near the near post and hit it right off it and hit the woodwork. And now a corner coming once again for the Blue Jays. So a couple of good scoring opportunities there. The Blue Jays have been all over the Spartans in the early going. Here's another one into the box. Yarwood on the other end of it. No, he's not. And it's hit away by Wiley. Just trying to give the defense some sort of break, and that was Wiley once again, that time on the interception. Here's Michael DeLong. Perhaps trying to find Witzowski on the near side, but says, my bad, was a little too far. And Riley Jensen will be able to get it away, hitting against the wind. A swirling wind out here at Langhorse Field. It's cloudy and cool. About 50 degrees, perhaps a little below that. We might be in the high 40s. That ball's cleared away for Dubuque, and now Elmhurst will have to control in their own half for one of the first times in this game. This ball is served up. It's Josh Rudd running down the far sideline. Will Rudd get there? He will. He will serve it in towards Emig. Emig's going to get it off a deflection and then shoot it straight high. Emig can't believe it. What another absolutely huge scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays that goes for naught, as that ball deflected off the defender, and then Emig had about a couple of seconds to think about what he wanted to do with it, and he blasted it right over the bar. 4 shots for Elmhurst in the early going, just 1 on goal. The nice diving save off the Yarwood header by Riley Jensen. So we're still scoreless, but the Blue Jays have controlled much of this game in the offensive half, something I'm sure that head coach Dave DiTomaso was very impressed with this. Here is Emig once again with a nice run. Emig will fake and then turn around and play back for Kading. Kading for Stifler. Playing catch with Kading, then eventually picked up by Emig. As Emig and Kading laughing at each other, they ran into each other on the near side. Kading will have another throw. No Blue Jay. Now here, a couple Blue Jays that come into the box, including Yarwood, one of the taller targets. But he's marked by the number 21 on the other side, Wiley, who has a couple inches on him. Mullen serves one low in towards the box. They'll be scooped up all the way in goal by Jensen. Early goings of the game, still no score, but many good chances for the Blue Jays and lots of good possession as well. Kading with the quick restart, looking for Emig. Emig battling with a defender, that's Danny Daniels. It goes off of Daniels, and another corner for the Blue Jays. It'll be their third. Last corner, the Blue Jays took one off the head of Brad Yarwood and almost found the net, but it was a nice diving save by the keeper, Jensen. So here's Stifler for the third time from the near side. It's a high one, and Jensen is going to get out, and he's going to be able to punch it. Nice play by the keeper, Jensen, to punch that one out of harm's way. Now here's a ball lifted into the box by Kading that is just missed by Emig. Check that, that was not Emig. That was Jordan Fletcher. Fletcher listed as a midfielder playing more of an attacking role, but they are playing one forward, and it is Emig. Mike Emig hasn't started a ton of games this year, but he has seen a lot of the field, and he's got 3 goals and 2 assists to his credit thus far this season. As this one's played towards Mullen. He chips it, but he hits it right off of the imposing presence that is Brandon Wiley. And here's Witzowski running up the near sideline. Witzowski looking to put one into the box. He does, but it's intercepted by Daniels and then chipped away. Now Stifler has it, and he'll play back to his defense at Christian Mullen. Mullen looking for Rudd, but it's going to be a little too far for him, and Jensen will boot this one away on a goal kick. So the Blue Jays coming into this game, 2-game winning streak as we mentioned. They beat North Central. It was Brett Stifler's goal. 20-yard rocket off a deflection. It gave the Blue Jays the win there, and then John Regland pitched his second consecutive shutout in the 4-0 win over Milliken on the road. Stifler, Mike Emig, Michael DeLong, Josh Rudd all found the net for the Blue Jays in that game. 2 straight shutouts for Regland. He has 8, and they've all come in streaks. First 2 games of the season, he pitched shutouts here at Langhorse Field, and then 4 in a row in September, in a stretch in which the Blue Jays went 3-0-1. They tied Dominican and then won 3 straight over LaGrange, Oglethorpe, and Olivet. The Spartans they struggled in the non-conference season, but have since played very well. They're 3-1-1 in the IIAC and have already clinched a berth into the IIAC tournament. With that record, they still have a very big game at home against Luther College, who is ranked in the latest poll, as that ball is lifted over the bar by Jordan Fletcher, who was trying to put it on net. Had a good chance to, too. The throw-in came short to Kading, and Kading lifted one into the box that was deflected around a little bit and then eventually came to the foot of Jordan Fletcher, and Fletcher just hit it straight over the bar. So another shot attempt gone awry for the Blue Jays, but another scoring opportunity. Back to Dubuque, 2-5-2 in non-conference play, but 3-1-1 in conference play. That's their last 5 games. That ball is taken to the far side, chipped back in, looking for Josh Rudd, unable to find him. Still battling for it on the far side. Witzowski was over there as well, and now Yarwood will just chip it back forward. It's played to Rudd, but his pass was a little too hard for Stifler to handle. Kading and Wiley battling, and now some possession for Dubuque in their offensive half. Here is Brandon Wiley coming up from his defensive midfielder position, but tripping up Christian Mullen. Brandon Wiley, one of the leaders offensively since conference play began for the Spartans, along with Billy Belmonte. Ironically, Belmonte a defender, and Brandon Wiley listed as a midfielder, but plays a lot of time near the defensive area. At least he started out in the formation as that way, but he's since moved up. I'm sure they like having his tall presence in the box whenever a ball is swung in on their defense. Nice play on the far side to elude a Blue Jay, but then his intended pass was picked off, but now Dubuque controls once again. Colin Gonzalez looking for Gonzalo Hernandez. Here's Hernandez with it now. Looking for Wiley, but the pass is pinballed around. Eventually to the feet of John Hazelwonder. Couple players battling for it, and the foul is eventually called on Hazelwonder. And another ball forward, this time looking for Emig. But a good job by Will Hirsch to stop any sort of Emig momentum there. So both Billy Belmonte and Brandon Wiley, although Belmonte listed as a defender and Wiley playing in the midfield role, have led their offense for the Spartans. 7 points in conference play, 7 points in 5 games. The throw-in is played short to Witzowski as we're back on the field with Kading, ripping a shot that is blocked, and now Gonzalo Hernandez with it. Looking to the far side, finds his man. Dubuque looking for a counter. Hernandez is in the box, but it's going to be chipped away by Mullen. Blue Jays doing well to get back defensively. They are one of the best defensive teams in the CCIW. Part of that is a good job of keeping shots away from John Ragland, but also part of it is the brilliance of John Ragland, who will make some outstanding saves. That ball's looking for Hernandez. It's going to be Mullen and Hernandez battling for it. Mullen will get there first and just play it away and over the near sideline. Sub for Dubuque. Number 7, Leo Length, the forward, 5'4", 135 freshman, will be into the game. Length, the freshman, actually with 2 assists on the year. A couple of goals as well for 6 total points. That ball is lifted away by Stifler. But Dubuque able to control with their defense. Nice ball to the far side, now lifted towards the box, looking for a couple of players, including the new substitute Length, and that one's going to be hit high in the air by Jeff Kading. Boxing out Fletcher was Gonzalo Hernandez. Witzowski tries to take it away, instead just slowed up Jacob Fahrenkrug. There's Length chipping one towards the middle, but nobody's there except for Andrew Witzowski, who plays it back to Kading and then back upfield. Dubuque settling in, I suppose, to this contest with a little bit of possession here. Danny Daniels will chip that over the far sideline, and Elmhurst will take it quickly with Josh Rudd, or he's thinking about it, and now he will play it back instead. Perhaps thinking about a counterattack, but the Dubuque defense got back quick enough to limit that opportunity. That ball goes all the way to John Ragland. Ragland will eventually pick it up and get ready to boot it away. These two goalkeepers, both two of the top goalkeepers in their respective conferences. John Ragland's only given up 0.41 goals per game. That's gone down with a couple of shutouts in the last 2 games. As that ball, out of bounds, finds the bleachers. Here's Gonzalo Hernandez controlling. You can tell that Dubuque really likes to run their offense through him, if at all possible. That ball's going to go all the way to John Ragland. And so Ragland will scoop it up. Opposing Ragland in this game, Riley Jensen, who leads the IIAC in save percentage in conference play at .821, stopping 82% of his shots. Ragland stopping over 92% of his shots on the season. Total amount of saves is 68. He has 8 shutouts on the season. Currently riding a 2-game shutout streak right now. And that's really what Elmhurst loves to do. They love to play defense and then just find the 1 or 2 goals necessary to win a game. And Ragland has certainly been their strength and the defense ever since he came on campus. He is now a senior. Early going, 6 shots for Elmhurst. Dubuque still has yet to get a shot off. And here's another scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays. He tripped up, was Rudd, and so it'll be a free kick for the Blue Jays, about 25 yards out. Just 1 shot on goal so far for the Blue Jays, but plenty of offensive opportunities and a couple that have just gone way too high, including Mike Emig, who had a great opportunity. As the ball deflected off of a defender, and he right in the middle of the box, just about at the penalty spot. Mike Emig had a second or two to think about what he was going to do, and he ended up blasting it through the football uprights that line above the crossbar. So Stifler and Kading running over it. Stifler will take it just wide. Jensen sprawling out just in case, but Stifler's attempt couldn't quite get enough bend on it as we check it out on the replay. Kading running over it, and Stifler trying to bend it towards the upper 90. Just couldn't quite find it, but he did elude the wall. Ball played to Leo Length and then up looking for Gonzalo Hernandez. Hernandez trying to dribble through a couple of defenders, gets through Rudd, then plays it back to his defense. Here's Mullen. Mullen had the height advantage there and was able to use it with his head. Kading will shank one over towards the near sideline. That will spin out, and taking the throw in is Peter Hager. Hager, a 6'2 defender, 165-pound senior from Maple Grove, Minnesota. That pass intended for Emig. Couldn't quite corral it. Haven't seen a lot of foul calls, but just a few by the officials to keep the game in check, as this one is controlled by Length and then chipped away by Kading. Good footwork there to limit the opportunity from Leo Length. Will now give the ball off for the throw-in. This is going to be Billy Belmonte, the defender, taking the throw-in, perhaps lifting one into the box. Really the first scoring opportunity for Dubuque. Couple of players fall down, no foul called. Now lifting it into the box once again, and a nice play. Getting it at its highest point was John Regland. Regland perhaps looking for Emig, but instead it went off over the far sideline. Emig unable to get a touch. So Dubuque continuing to control here. Just about halfway through this first half, still no score between the Blue Jays and the Spartans. Blue Jays play the foul quickly. Here's Emig on the far side. Emig turning, making a couple moves on his defender, trying to get around, could not. Now trying to just put one into the box. It's deflected off of a Dubuque defender. Couple players converging on the far side. Winning it was Rudd, and then looking to put one into the box. Could not get around that kick, and we'll have a sub instead for Dubuque. Looks like it's number 14, Aziz Tahir, into the game. Replacing number 21, Brandon Wiley. Whistle in the first foul on Elmhurst, called by the middle referee Jordan Primick. Cayetano Silva and Joseph Kim, the other two officials, playing on their sidelines. Elmhurst, after controlling the ball for the first 10 minutes or so, has since given up a lot of possession to Dubuque. That one was brought down by his hand. Kyle Kletka, number 20, a substitute from Lake in the Hills, played that one with his arm. And so Kading gets to play back for Christian Mullen. Elmer's playing more of an attacking formation, usually at least 3 defenders back. For that time, as he played it back to Mullen, there really was nobody on the right side defending. Instead, a defender moving forward. Yeah, it's Yarwood moving forward, trying to add into the offense. And now with Kading taking this throw-in on the far side, Yarwood once again will come into the box. As Yarwood at 6'3", the tallest target the Blue Jays have on the roster, along with Alec Ganas, who is listed at 6'4". Those two being the big, tall targets for the Blue Jays, as this one is high and into the box. Is Jensen going to get there? He was interfered with. Looked like Jensen tried to go up, and Yarwood was the man who ran into him. As you could see, Yarwood right next to the keeper, Jensen. Then he eventually ends up running into him. So that's where the foul is called. Second foul on the Blue Jays in the game. 3 corners for the Blue Jays, none for Dubuque. Still no shots on goal for Dubuque. No shots, period. Just 1 shot on goal for the Blue Jays, but 8 shots and probably 3 or 4 good scoring opportunities. Most of them happened in the first 10 minutes, since Dubuque has been a lot better at keeping possession, able to take it away from the Blue Jays and control in their own offensive half. Ticking now to about 20 minutes to go in the first half. Still no score between these two teams. Here at Langhorse Field, Luke Tanaka delighted to bring you all the action on Blue Jay TV. Lifting the ball towards the box. Was that controlled by a hand? No, it was not, says the referee. Jordan Primick on the call. Dubuque was screaming for a potential handball, and I believe that could have, it looked like it was in the box. That could have been. Penalty kick for Dubuque. It would have been their first shot of the game. It would have come from the penalty spot. That ball played away by Yarwood, and Elmhurst will substitute. Fletcher is out. He's replaced by Ben Swanson Ralph. So Swanson Ralph into the game for the Blue Jays. Kading, left back, lifting it up to the far side, looking for Nick Fetchy. Fetchy, the other substitute, into the game for the Blue Jays. That time losing the ball, but then tripping up. Aziz Tahir, the midfielder, and Dubuque will have a chance to play this ball. The bicycle kick attempt by Gonzalo Hernandez goes well wide. Certainly an interesting attempt by Hernandez, but he shanked it off the side of his foot. Either that or he wasn't pointing in the right direction in the first place. I believe he was pointed a little bit towards the right of the goal either way, and then when it went off the side of his foot, it missed by plenty. John Reglin not too worried about that one as he sets up this goal kick. The fifth ever meeting between Elmhurst and Dubuque in men's soccer, and two teams have split the meetings, 2 wins apiece for either team. Emig tried to get to that one, but it was lifted by the defense. Will Hirsch sending it away, and Jeff Kading throwing it in on the near side. Last time these two teams met was in 2012. It was right here at Langhorse Field, and the Spartans left with a 2-1 victory. Dubuque struck first in the 15th minute. Corey Webster collected a loose rebound in the box and scored as Kading thought about playing short to Witzowski. Now will, but it's a miscommunication. Witzowski wasn't looking, so the ball is taken away. But Kading makes up for the mistake and gets the ball back. Mullen lifting it forward. Looking for a couple of players, DeLong and Stifler in the area, but the Dubuque defense does well to get it away. Now played up for Gonzalo Hernandez. Hernandez looking for options. Lots of good possession, no real pressure from the Blue Jays. There goes the first pressure. It was Swanson Ralph who got it away from him, and now DeLong looking for a counter. Nice play by Will Hirsch to stop that attempt. Length and Kading battling for it. It was Kading playing it to Witzowski. Now the ball's getting banged around by midfield. DeLong now lofting a pass towards Emig. Witzowski with the interception, now looking to spring an attack. Witzowski lifting it up towards Emig. Emig's going to be able to corral this one before it goes out of play. Here's Emig. Battling with his defender, Danny Daniels. Now lifted back to Stifler. Stifler will take a long shot that is well wide. And a couple of subs for Dubuque coming into the game. Back to that 2012 meeting, so it's 1-0 Dubuque after 15 minutes. Then the Blue Jays equalized in the 41st minute to go in to the half at even terms. Austin Haas sent a long pass that sprung a breakaway for Michael DeLong. Then teams played at a 1-1 deadlock until just about 10 minutes to go. And the Spartans' Nick McDonald scored the game-winning goal unassisted to lift Dubuque to a 2-1 win here at Langhorse Field. That was in 2012 to even the series at 2 games apiece. That just about hit a couple of players that weren't even paying attention to the Dubuque free kick. It screamed right past DeLong, was one of the players. That one almost played well for Hernandez, but Hernandez looked like he tripped over his own feet just for a second, and that's what limited his opportunity to corral that one and perhaps get a shot off against John Regland. Dubuque with just one shot. It was not on goal. 9 shots for the Blue Jays. Just under 15 minutes to play in this first half. Still no score. The last 25 minutes have been played at a relatively even possession for both teams. The first 15 or so minutes were pretty much dominated by Elmhurst, and that's where they got the majority of their shots and the majority of their chances. Couple of Blue Jays just passing it around on the far side, now finally lifting it up, trying to look for Emig or Swanson Ralph. Neither were found, but they are able to keep possession. Kading trying to find Swanson Ralph, could not do so. Swanson Ralph not quite big enough to get that one, and now a couple of Dubuque subs. It's like Gonzalo Hernandez heading off, being replaced by number 3, Chris Hancock. Number 25, Jacob Fahrenkrug, the defender, will head off. He is replaced by number 24, Christian Michalowski. Here's Emig with lots of space. And the space eventually closes in on him, as a couple of players ended up all over Emig. And now Dubuque trying to set up an offensive attack of their own. Jack Stefanski on the far side, lifting it forward for the new attacker, that's Andrew Gilly. Jensen yelling and screaming for his defender to get out of the way, but then just plays it right back to him anyway. Lifting it forward is Danny Daniels. Here is Gilly, unable to corral the possession, and now playing forward, DeLong playing for Swanson Ralph, but Daniels is there to get it away. So with 12.5 minutes to go in this first half, throw in, played short. Kading playing for DeLong, who flicks it on, but right to Daniels, who will hit it as high and as far as he can towards the attacking side. And now here's an opportunity for Dubuque potentially. Leo Lent sprinting forward. He has a man in the box. He will take a shot that is well wide. I'm not sure if he knew he had some help in the middle as we check this out. It was a nice header by Andrew Gilly. Now here's Gilly sprinting down the middle of the field. I'm not sure that Lent knew that Gilly would be there. And so perhaps if he sees that on film, he'll think about, should I have passed it back for Gilly to give him an opportunity to take a shot and take the shot of his own. Either way, his shot was well wide, and Regland puts us back into play. Ben Swanson Ralph receives it, looking to the far side, has his man Scott Johnson hit off a defender, and Johnson will throw it in short to Brett Stifler. Stifler thinking about his options, passes up towards Nick Fetchy. Pass intercepted. It's a potential give and go with Stifler, but he could not find him. That pass blocked by DeLong, and DeLong wins his battle. Now DeLong with Emig to his left. Chips it towards Emig. Emig, will he take a shot? No, he won't. He's going to play back. Now squaring up his defender. Emig getting around to his left. Chips it towards the goal. Blocked away, and then sent forward by Dubuque. Here's Leo Length. He's got Gilly to his right, but lots of defenders all around him. Length gets around Mullen. Slide tackled by Yarwood. Down he goes hard, but a clean play by Yarwood as he got that ball first, even though he did take out the smaller Length. He's able to get a foot on the ball. Chris Hancock on the near side. Couple of defenders converging. Hancock has it taken away by Stifler. Swanson Ralph's chip attempt is blocked, and then a shot is shanked, but Lentz still has it. Lentz battling with Wazowski. Wazowski wins it for a second, but now Hancock has it. After some pinball, now Length and Swanson Ralph battling, and now Emig has it. He'll play back for Stifler. Stifler looking to initiate the offense, has lots of options, including to the far side. His option will be Scott Johnson. Johnson cutting to the inside, plays it back to his defense. And after a lot of chaos on the other side of the field, Elmhurst just settling down at this point. Here's a ball lifted into the box. Jensen will be forced to hit it over the bar. So that'll be a corner for the Blue Jays. It was a long ball from the far side. Didn't seem like too much of a scoring chance, but it was hooking and curving. Smart play by Jensen just to get it out of the way anyway. And so the corner, looks like Jeff Kading this time will take his first corner of the day. Brett Stifler handling the corner kick duties for the early part of this game. Ticking to about 9 minutes to play. Witzowski thought about coming in to have Kading play it short, but now Kading will set it up, looking to find a tall target inside the box. About 5 Blue Jays converging from the just outside the right side of your screen. Here they all come. It's dangerously in the box and then chipped over by Brad Yarwood. Another good scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays hit it over the bar. It gets headed initially by a Dubuque player, bounces around a couple of times. There were a few Blue Jays converging on it. Yarwood took it on a slide, hit the upper part of his foot, and went straight over the bar. It's another scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays that they are unable to cash in on. So the near side, that's number 36, J.D. Garnett. Dubuque wins the ball, looking for a foul. Was Kyle Klatka, but he didn't get the call. If he would have kept running for it, he might have been able to stop that from going out of play and control it anyway. But instead, chatting up the referee, looking for a call. The ball went over the sideline. The Blue Jays were the ones who were able to get possession. Here's Andrew Witzowski on the near side, playing towards the corner, now up into the box, but over the bar. Behind the goalposts. Attempt by Witzowski that was off target. With 7.5 minutes to go in this first half. Still scoreless between the teams. Riley Jansen will boot one away, signaling his defender Danny Daniels forward as he hits this one about 50 yards towards midfield. Mullen will blast it forward. Whistle and a foul on Emig. Battling with Danny Daniels. Check that was offsides, the call. Here's Tahir for the Spartans. His pass is picked off by Garnett, but sent right back to Tahir. Here's the ball up towards the box. Leo Length battling with Christian Mullen. Mullen flicks it over his head, but it goes right to the awaiting chest of Chris Hancock. Hancock still with it, battling with a couple of players, and Jeff Kading. It's going to be the one to clear, but not all the way out. Andrew Moore, recently into the game, sends one away, but it's brought right back in by Christian Mikulowski. This ball into the box and then sent away by the Blue Jay defense. Ball in, away by Stifler, battled on. The throw-in is won by Peter Hager. Dubuque controlling the possession here, at least the last 4 or 5 minutes or so. Scott Johnson on the far side has it taken away momentarily, but is able to win the throw-in regardless with 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. 11 shots for the Blue Jays, 2 on goal, and none have gone in. 2 shots for Dubuque, and none have been on goal. throw in for Dubuque, it'll be Jack Stefanski. And based on where he's starting, I believe this one is going to be thrown all the way into the box. It's short towards the near post, headed on by a Blue Jay, and then away by J.D. Garnett. A couple of Dubuque players in the middle there, possibly miscommunication, and now the Blue Jays will try to counter. Here is Garnett. Witzowski has it now. He's got a couple of targets, including Emming on the near side, but Emming looks off sides. Flag did not go up as the pass was intended for Emming, but it was blocked. Scott Johnson. Witzowski once again kicks it off a Dubuque player and straight into the Spartan bench. Scott Johnson keeps his defender off the ball and wins the throw-in. Ticking to about 4 minutes to go in this first half. Now Jeff Kading will take this throw-in. This throw-in almost surely will be a scoring attempt for the Blue Jays as it'll be thrown into the box. 5 Blue Jays hanging out inside the box, with a couple just outside. Long run up for Kading, and here's the throw-in. Looks good. Jensen came out and did not get a hand on it, and it's going to hit the top of the netting. So see on this throw-in, there's a couple of Blue Jays in the area, and it looked like a Blue Jay did get a head on it, and Jensen did not get there, so a dangerous play by the keeper. If you come off your line, you know you have to get a hand on it. He did not there and got away with it somehow. Another shot that goes high for the Blue Jays. Just another scoring opportunity that they're unable to cash in on. Here's Garnett now. Garnett on the near side. Now going to battle with his defender. He has Emmig in the area. And he's eventually tripped up. It's going to be a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick. So nice play by the defender, Peter Hager. Winning the ball and then winning the goal kick for his keeper, Jensen. Still scoreless. Elmhurst and Dubuque on Blue Jay TV. Dubuque's actually making their second trip to Elmhurst to play this year. They played an Elmhurst season opening tournament. Did not play the Blue Jays in that tournament. Instead, playing the two teams that the Blue Jays also played, UW Superior and Concordia of Wisconsin. So Dubuque making their second trip to Langhorse Field, this time to play the Blue Jays. The minute 40 to go, Kading throwing another one into the box. Intended for Emmig, almost got to him and then swung on by Garnett, and I think he missed it there. Either that or the shot was deflected, and Christian Mullen plays the ball forward, eventually played back to Scott Johnson. Now Garnett, will he be able to control it? Yes, he will. Nice play by Garnett. Now it's chipping it forward into the box. Andrew Moore was there. Still bouncing in the box and eventually cleared by a Dubuque defender. Flying in the air was Witzowski, and he's going to be fouled by length. Just over a minute to go. Crowd not very happy with the call.
1 minute to play in the half.
And with 1 minute to go, it'll be a Blue Jay free kick. Not much of a call there. Witzowski going for the ball. Length was just to the side of him and slightly in his way, forcing Witzowski to the ground. So the free kick comes from Kading. It's a high one into the box. Yarwood couldn't quite get a head on it. It was headed away by the defender, number 20, Kyle Klatka. And with 35 seconds and ticking, Blue Jays get a corner, perhaps their last chance of the half. Blue Jays sending everyone forward. They'll all come in from the middle of your screen towards the box. Here comes the kick. It's punched away by Jensen. Next opportunity by Mullen is headed over the box. Over the goal, excuse me. So that should be the last
10,
play
9, 8,
of the half
7,
as
6,
Jensen
5,
will not even need to kick
4,
this one away.
3, 2, 1, 0.
So that's the half. Elmhurst with many scoring opportunities. 13 shots in total. Just 2 made the frame, and they were both saves by Jensen. Possibly the best opportunity coming in the opening minutes. There's a corner kick that came into the box, and Yarwood was there. He got the header to the far post, but it was a diving save by Riley Jensen, and that keeps us scoreless in this game. 13 shots to 2, the lead for Elmhurst. 2 shots on goal for the Blue Jays, none for Dubuque in the first half. We're at halftime, 15 minutes of halftime. We'll be back with the second half of action right here on Blue Jay TV.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to like the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about like what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to like the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Last year we had all of our girls leave except me and another girl, so we kind of got put into our captain positions. And it's not that I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know if I was ready to take that leadership role yet. But because I was thrown into it, I had to do it. So it helped me as a person and to help lead the dance team and be in control. I mean, it's difficult sometimes, no doubt about it. It's very stressful sometimes, but I probably, as much as I complain about it, I probably wouldn't change it for the world because it's making me who I am today.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program, and it's been a really good experience for me. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close, and we rely on each other and ask each other for help.
I've had a great experience at Elmhurst, I really have. I think that the college is all about making the individual well-rounded, and I do think that I have grown up a lot since I've been at college. I've played soccer and I'm in the nursing program, and I lived on campus for 2 years. It's been great, and I've made so many new friends, and there's just so much here to offer. I just love it.
Wrestling here has been great. I've been able to achieve some of my goals I've set for myself, and I guess coming to a smaller school in wrestling, I got to be able to start right away and wrestle every year so far. Coming here and be able to compete right away is great. Coming into college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was undecided, and then going through taking classes, I figured out what I wanted to do. I want to work with other people, like with kids, and help them develop.
I really like doing the dance team because I've been dancing since I was 3, so coming here and joining the dance team was an obvious choice of something that I'd wanted to do. The whole experience for me is a confidence builder, and being able to connect with students in the crowd, not even to know them, but just to get them to smile while you're at a game, I think that's such a great feeling. To know that, someone might have been having a bad day and they come and watch you dance, and maybe it's one of their favorite songs in the world that makes them smile no matter what. I mean, and to be able to be a part of that and to connect to somebody in that manner, I think that's a really cool experience to share in.
The balance with athletics in school, it's just, with me, I did it all throughout high school, so I needed to do sports in order to stay focused. I was injured my freshman year, and I just felt like so off track. It didn't feel natural. Like, I think a lot of the students coming from high school and coming to D3, it's like what they need to stay focused. I mean, if you could do it in high school, you could do it here. You can just join the team and just have fun. It's nice having like that other family aside from being at home. Don't be afraid to go out there and try new things.
Playing college football 4 years is very tough, but it's also very, very rewarding. Through Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Elmhurst College, I think has really helped me grow because, I wasn't the most outgoing guy in the beginning, but as my time went on, just meeting new people, I've kind of stepped out and became, more of a witness in my faith. And I think, Fellowship of Christian Athletes has helped that, and I think Elmhurst College has encouraged that.
We got a lot of like hands-on experience. We're mostly in the classrooms, and then the teachers here and it's been the special education department are amazing, and they just have so much to give to us and a lot of great ideas. So I think like coming to Elmhurst, I've heard a lot of great things about like teachers out feel a lot more prepared than other teachers from other schools, and some of my like student teaching placements are with Elmhurst College graduates. It's good to know that they made it successfully out of there, and I know I'm going to go out successfully too.
Welcome back. You're looking at Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Elmhurst men's soccer on Blue Jay TV. My name's Luke Tanaka. Second half of action coming up between the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and the University of Dubuque Spartans. Scoreless after one half. About to get set for the kickoff at midfield. Blue Jays had the shot advantage by a long shot in that first half. 13-2 in shots for Elmhurst. Many of those shots came in the beginning of the game, however, as the Blue Jays really dominated the first 10 minutes of this game. And then the last 35 minutes were certainly much more evenly paced between the two teams. Dubuque with a little bit more possession in those 35 minutes. But I'd say the Blue Jays dominated enough of that first 10 minutes to the point where they did indeed have the possession advantage. They certainly have the shot advantage. As we mentioned, 13 shots to 2. Elmhurst leading Dubuque in that department. Then 2 shots on goal for the Blue Jays and 0 for the Spartans. John Reglan has not been forced to make a save thus far. He really only had to touch the ball twice in that entire first half. Corners the advantage to the Blue Jays 5-0. Just 1 offsides, and it was for the Blue Jays. No cards in that first half. Ball lifted into the box, looking for the head of Yarwood, and he hits it just to the left of the post. And Jensen really had no chance there. If the ball was put on the net, it was definitely could have gone in. Instead, just to the left of the post. And so the header shot goes wide. Jensen, starting keeper for Dubuque, kicks it away, but it wasn't away for long as Elmhurst has come out quickly in this first half, or second half, excuse me. This is Josh Rudd on the far side. Rudd looking for some open targets. Will lift it into the box. Emmig's there, but his head goes right past his outstretched head. That's Brandon Wiley battling for it, and the ball is cleared off of Andrew Moore. Moore playing in the midfield. He's listed as a defender and has played most of the year as a defender, but now with Scott Johnson playing his right back position, Moore is shifted up more towards the midfield, playing more of a right midfielder's role. And it was a role that he would play as a defender. He would love to make runs up the sideline, so perhaps just moving him up into the midfield will give him more of a chance to be an offensive threat. Ball thrown in by one of the members of the Infinity Soccer Club, providing some halftime entertainment. The U9 Purple and U9 Storm squads playing a game out during halftime. Witzowski kicks one off of the defender, and now corner. Ball lifted into the box by Witzowski, headed away dangerously by the defender, Will Hirsch. Hirsch only cleared the bar by about 3 feet, and I think Riley Jensen just kind of wants everybody on the Dubuque side to calm down. And so now here's Brett Stifler with the corner. Stifler, low ball that is headed away by the Dubuque defender at the near post, and then drilled as far as possible by Felipe Sanchez. There'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays on the far side. Blue Jays coached by Dave DiTomaso, 8-3-3 on the year. Dubuque, coached by Brad Johnson, 5-6-3, but 3-1-1 in conference play their last 5 games. Stifler receives the pass and falls down, but gets it back to Kading. Kading looking to lift another one into the box, but it's deflected off of a Dubuque defender, and Kading will be the one to take this corner. Now even Christian Mullen will come up from his defensive position to add another body and a tall target in the box for the Blue Jays. Bunch of Blue Jays hanging out outside the box on the right side of your screen. They will run in towards the middle now as Kading makes the run up. Kading plays it short. Rudd plays it back to Kading. Kading lifting it into the box. The header shot by Mullen is well wide and out of play. He was defended nicely by Danny.
We got a lot of
so with the wide header shot, Riley Jensen will put us back into play. 6'2", 165-pound junior from Elgin. Keeper for Dubuque. On the field to start this half for the Blue Jays, Reglan in goal. Michael DeLong, Andrew Moore, Scott Johnson, Brad Yarwood, Jeff Kading, Christian Mullen, Brett Stifler, Andrew Witzowski, Josh Rudd, and Mike Emick. That first real chance for Dubuque with some possession in offensive territory, but it's cleared away, and now Emming has it. Emming with a head of steam. Has Rudd, has Moore. Instead, he plays the ball a little too far for himself. Peter Hager will play it over the end line. As we see the run by Emmig. Another good run by him, just cut off by Hager at the very end there. And so Brett Stifler will have a chance for a corner kick, but first we'll give you who's Dubuque on the field right now. Jensen in goal, Felipe Sanchez, Danny Daniels, Will Hirsch, 2 defenders, Jake Ferenkrug, Billy Belmonte, John Hazelwonder, Brandon Wiley, Felipe Sanchez, as we mentioned, Gonzalo Hernandez, and Colin Gonzalez. Corner is played short, now lifted into the box. Nobody's really there for the Blue Jays. It was Mullen, I suppose, but Jensen was well in front of him, able to make the play. Gonzalo Hernandez flicks that header on. Johnson has it and will play all the way back to Raglan. Raglan taps it and then clears it away. Controlled by Stifler. Tried to play it to the far side. His second effort almost gets to Jeff Kading, but couldn't quite. Now Stifler will throw it in, although he might leave it for Kading, and he will. Blue Jays riding a 2-game winning streak into this contest. They beat North Central and Milliken, outscoring the teams by a total of 5-0. 1-0 over North Central here at Langhorse Field. It was Brett Stifler with the lone goal of the contest, and then 4-0 over Milliken on the road. Another throw-in for Kading, this time closer, perhaps within his range to throw to the box. Michael DeLong is hanging out more towards the left side of your screen. I wonder if he might play it short. No, he will not. He will throw it into the box. It bounces dangerously right over Andrew Moore's head. Now Brett Stifler will blast a shot about halfway to Circle Hall. And so it'll be put back in play by Jensen. But look, dangerously bounces. I suppose if Andrew Moore is maybe an inch taller, that gets his head in probably the back of the net. But the ball bounced just over his head as Moore has played more of an attacking role now, switching more up from his usual defensive position for the Blue Jays, now up more towards an attacking midfielder role on the near side. And another good scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays that ends up going awry and unable to cash in on it. Mullen and Gonzalo Hernandez battling for it. Mullen left it for himself, and now it'll be a foul on Hernandez against Mullen. Christian Mullen, the always reliable defender for the Blue Jays, almost lost one there. Was able to win the ball anyway and eventually get the foul call. Scott Johnson has a couple of options. We'll find Brett Stifler. Stifler has it taken away momentarily, but over the end line, Felipe Sanchez was there. Here's Andrew Moore. Stifler, back to Johnson, up for Michael DeLong. Headed away by Will Hirsch, and then played to the far side by John Hazelwonder. Billy Belmonte looking for a couple of targets. Wiley was in the area, Hernandez was in the area. That clearing attempt goes straight off of a Dubuque player and all the way back to Elmhurst keeper John Reglan. Two keepers in this game, Reglan bouncing the ball now and his opposer Riley Jensen. Two of the better keepers in their respective conferences. John Reglan's only given up 6 goals in the entire season. 0.41 goals against average, 68 saves, and 8 shutouts. He had a period during this season when he had 4 straight shutouts in mid to late September. Started with a tie against Dominican here at Langhorse Field, and then 3 straight wins for the Blue Jays over Oglethorpe, LaGrange, and Olivet. There's Michael DeLong looking to spring the offense. Couldn't quite do it, but then got the ball back. Sliding for it was DeLong. It's eventually taken away and controlled by Dubuque and Billy Belmonte. Belmonte gets around his defender. Belmonte looking for targets. He's got Hernandez. Last line of defense is Yarwood, but the ball will come all the way to the near side, and the Blue Jays have lots of time to get back. A couple of players go tumbling, no foul called. So the ball is cleared up, but now Hazelwonder has it. Headed down towards Witzowski. Nice play on the far side by Kading to get it to Witzowski, and they'll be able to clear it out of harm's way. Emig wanted to make a run there, and you could see head coach Dave DiTomaso's hands going up. He knew if they could get that pass to Emig somehow, some way, even if it was lifted high. Emig was behind the defense. Perhaps he'd have to beat one more defender, but could have been a really good scoring opportunity for Elmhurst. Instead, the pass was intercepted. And now here's an interesting chance for Dubuque with the ball in the box. It's headed away all the way over the near sideline. Couple of Dubuque players in the box. That one hit the hand of Hazelwonder. So on the handball, Elmhurst will have a free kick. It'll probably be Reglan to take it. So as we were talking about the goalkeepers earlier, Reglan, as we mentioned, has been phenomenal, stopping over 90% of the shots he faces. Some of the performances he's had have been really good, even in losing efforts such as the one against Wheaton earlier this year, where he made double-digit saves, only gave up 1 goal to one of the top-ranked teams in the country. Riley Jensen for Dubuque also having a very good season for the Spartans. 14 goals allowed on the season, 1.34 goals against average, with 63 saves and a shutout. He leads the IIAC in save percentage, stopping 81% of the shots he faces. Kading will have the throw in. He thought about playing it short, perhaps with Scott Johnson on the left, but instead will play this one deep. Kading with the run up, and here it goes. It's going to be thrown into the box. Jensen coming out. Is Jensen going to get a fist on it? Yes, he is. Nice play by Jensen to clear that one. Now Derek Dedman, seeing his first action of the contest, has the ball. Kicks it to the near side, and Kading. Kading with a nice move. Trying to get around Gonzalo Hernandez, but could not. It was Scott Johnson who won the ball there, but won it all the way over the end line. Jensen, the keeper we mentioned, will put it back into play after this substitution. Hazelwonder heading out. Will be number 20, Kyle Klatka, re-entering the game here in the second half. Three shots for Elmhurst so far in the game. Check that in the second half, 16 in total. Dubuque has 2 shots on the game, none in the second half. Witzowski heads it down looking for Emig. Emig with some options, but lots of defenders around him too. Loses the ball. Will Hirsch went down. He's limping a little bit, perhaps something in the left leg. Now here's Josh Rudd. He has Emig streaking along the sideline. He finds him. Emig goes off a couple of feet and eventually won by the Blue Jays. Didn't see a signal from the official initially, but it was off of Dubuque, and it'll be a corner kick for Elmhurst from the near side. It's going to be Jeff Kading. 6 Blue Jays around the area. They're all kind of hanging out on the left side of the box. Here they come in. Kading with the low kick. It's once again picked off by the near side defender. Now Dubuque with a chance to counter. Kladka looking for Hernandez. Hernandez with some space. Now battling with the defender Johnson. Hernandez looking to get a shot off. He does not. Gets blocked. Good defense by Scott Johnson. He had some help to the far side. Hernandez trying to put some moves on him, and Johnson able to block the shot. There'll be a corner for Dubuque. It is Hernandez taking it with his left foot. Screams into the box and then hits a couple of heads and ends up just continuing to the far sideline, where number 27, Danny Daniels, will take it. Mullen intercepts that pass and will look to clear it upfield, but instead it's blocked by Colin Gonzalez. And John Reglin will clear instead. No score. 29 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Still no score. Elmhurst with the majority of the chances. Many of their good chances coming early in the game. First 10 minutes, the Blue Jays had a couple of really good chances. Brad Yarwood had a header that had to be saved on a dive by the keeper Jansen, and then Mike Emig had a ball deflect to him that was essentially at the penalty spot. He had about a second to think about it and perhaps thought a little too much about it, hitting it over the bar. Another scoring attempt here for the Blue Jays. There's a shot that it scores. It's a goal. The ball pinballed all around the area, and it eventually stopped to the feet of Andrew Moore. So Josh Rudd took the initial shot. Let's check it out on the replay. It happened so quickly. The shot came in. It deflected off a couple of players. Rudd took the shot. The rebound came to Moore, and Moore put it away. So the Blue Jays finally cash in on their scoring opportunity. It was the 17th shot that Elmhurst has taken in this game. And the Blue Jays are on the board. It's 1-0. Possibly looking for more here, but Andrew Moore's pass was a little short for Josh Rudd. So the Blue Jays score first. Andrew Moore off the deflection of the shot from Josh Rudd. That's heading right for us and just short of the press box. Had I left the window open, I probably could have reached out and caught it. That shot by Hernandez is going to go all the way to Reglin. Reglin won't even pick it up. It's a cool day out there, a little bit breezy, in the high 40s.
Elmhurst goal scored by number 3, Andrew Moore. Assisted by number 30, Josh Rudd.
So it's Andrew Moore's goal, just cleaning up the rebound after Josh Rudd's shot went off of Jansen and dribbled right to the feet of the awaiting Andrew Moore. Here's Moore again, streaking down the middle, looking for a chance, but instead, Jansen misplays it. And that was another close one for Jansen, but this time he's able to corral it before Andrew Moore can get a foot on it. The 1-0 Blue Jays lead. 62nd minute goal. Scott Johnson awaiting a ball to get the throw in on the near side. Elmhurst finally cashing in on one of those scoring opportunities they've been struggling with in this game, and now we have a whistle and an extra ball on the field. Scott Johnson lifting it up towards Michael DeLong. It's intercepted by a Dubuque defender. Here's Josh Rudd. Rudd looking for Deadman. The pass was just behind him. And so Dubuque will control. Here's Brandon Wiley. Wiley looking for Gonzalo Hernandez, but instead it's going to go to Leo Length on the far side. Length on the far side, getting by one defender, but then helping out was Brett Stifler, clearing the ball off of Length for an Elmhurst throw-in in their defensive half. It'll be Kading to take it. For Andrew Moore, his first points of the season, his 13th game he's played in. Gets 2 points for the goal, and now here's Michael DeLong on the far side. He's got Moore streaking down the middle. Trying to get by Danny Daniels, could not do so. Good defending by the Spartan. But the Blue Jays control near midfield, and then it's taken away. Couple of players battling for it. Witzowski was around the area. Andrew Moore lost the header to Jacob Ferenkrug. And now Dubuque is out running. That dribble was a little too far. Billy Belmonte intercepted in stride by Christian Mullen. There was another possible opportunity, but Moore tripped over his own feet and was unable to take the pass from Josh Rudd, one that could have sprung him along the near sideline and perhaps gotten a ball into Michael DeLong. Substitution for Dubuque. Daniel Murillo seeing his first minutes of the contest, replacing Brandon Wiley. Yarwood plays it down for Johnson and ahead to Moore. Moore missed it, but Josh Rudd is in the area, and he's beat off the ball by Will Hirsch. Now the ball will be cleared to the far side. Brett Stifler will control, playing back for Witzowski. Towards the near side. Johnson plays it back to Yarwood. Couple of options, gets around the initial Dubuque player and then passes around the second one. Here's Andrew Moore playing for Josh Rudd. Moore doesn't quite look 100%. He is the goal scorer. We'll see if Coach Dave DiTomaso sees that. And Moore looks like he's a little ginger on one of his legs. Here is Moore now, flicking it up towards Rudd, and looked like he got hit in the face there. He is down, and now we're going to see what the referee thinks about this. Is Moore got hit pretty good on the near side. We'll check it out here. He played it, and then Will Hurst just kind of laid into him. Maybe in the shoulder, maybe in the face. It looks like he's gripping possibly the side of his head, so they're going to have the trainer come out. So as the trainer attends to Moore, we'll talk about Dubuque a little bit. Their second time that Dubuque has come to Elmhurst to play. The first time they came was for the Elmhurst College tournament to begin the season, but they did not face the Blue Jays in that tournament. After struggling out of the gate, they recorded a 2-5-2 record in non-conference play. Dubuque has won 3 of their 5 conference games, drawn 1, and clinched themselves a berth in the conference tournament. Billy Belmonte and Brandon Wiley offensively have led the Spartans as we're back underway. Riley Jansen, as we've mentioned before, leads the conference in save percentage, 82%. Here's the ball. It's pinballed around a little bit and then eventually cleared forward by one Dubuque player and then headed on by another. And now looking to spring a counterattack, but Christian Mullen is always reliable in the back line, able to clear that one. Klatka had it. Now Stifler battling with Length. Length fell down, but no call. Scott Johnson looking to get it forward, but instead is taken away. Bullied off the ball by Billy Belmonte. Witzowski playing for Rudd. Back to Witzowski. Nice passing by the Blue Jays. We'll see if it comes to anything. Witzowski trying to chip it forward, but instead he's hit off the ball by Will Hirsch. Now Scott Johnson looking to put one into the box. He lifts it. The header by Nick Fetchy didn't quite have enough on it. Now it's lifted again into the box, this time towards the long, but Hirsch gets a foot on it. Johnson back into the box, and once again, blocked away by the Dubuque defense. Now Gonzalo Hernandez looking for a counter. Dubuque looking for the equalizer with 22.5 minutes to play, halfway through this second half. 1-0 Blue Jays. Josh Rudd with possession on the far side. Derek Dedman playing it for Kading. Now back to Mullen and the Blue Jay defense. Will hold as it's cleared all the way up the field to the near side for Scott Johnson and deflected off a Dubuque defender for a throw-in. Substitutions for the Blue Jays, a pair of them. Josh Rudd will head off, as will Derek Dedman. Brett Stifler will play back into the midfield. There's a couple of Blue Jays in the game playing more in a forward role. We'll get you their names in just a minute. Now a Dubuque sub. Felipe Sanchez will head off. For the Blue Jays, Ryan Bigby in as a forward. Then Jimmy Naxted is a defender, but he's playing in the left mid role on the far side. There is Bigby battling with a couple of defenders, and it's cleared up the field, and now Witzowski has it. Witzowski looking for Bigby, finds him, and now a little give and go, but nothing doing for the Blue Jays except for a corner that will be conceded by the Dubuque defense. Corner will be taken by Stifler on the far side. It'll be Elmhurst's 9th corner of the game. One of their best chances in the first half came off of a corner. Brad Yarwood almost putting a header into the box. Yarwood is number 21 on the right side of your screen. He'll run into the box with the rest of the Blue Jays trying to cause some chaos. Perhaps get ahead on the ball. Yarwood does not quite get ahead on that one. It looked like he might, but the defender did well to shield him off. Now here's Nick Fetchy. Pass intercepted and then kicked upfield as Fetchy collided with Billy Belmonte. Stopping the clock now, as we have another injury on the far side. The Blue Jay will be attended to by the training staff. We'll get you a name once we figure it out. I can't quite see from this side. Now throwing it into the box will be Kading from the near side. Headed on by Yarwood, swung on by DeLong, but I think he missed it. Deflected by a Dubuque player and then cleared out. Another good chance for the Blue Jays there. Will Hirsch plays it to himself and then clears it. Gonzalo Hernandez on the receiving end. Here's Kyle Kletka playing off for Daniel Murillo. And then played all the way to John Regland. Gonzalo Hernandez will pressure, but Regland will pick it up. "19 minutes to go in the second half. Blue Jays clinging to a 1-0 lead. They've had the majority of the possession. John Regland still has not had to make a save yet in the game. "19 shots for the Blue Jays, 2 for Dubuque. Dubuque still does not have a shot in this second half. 4 of the shots, Elmer shots, are on goal, and they've scored 1 of them as 2 Dubuque subs. It's like Jack Stefanski And Christian Michalowski, number 24, back into the game. Gonzalo Hernandez. Dubuque's been trying to run the offense through him the whole game, but a lot of times he hasn't had a lot of help in the offensive part as the Blue Jays have dominated most of the possession in their offensive half. Couple of players battling. Witzowski ends up with it, but then gives it right back. Murillo will play to the near side. That's Farron Krug. And eventually cleared by the Blue Jays. Ryan Bigby in a chase with Danny Daniels. Daniels will play it to Will Hirsch on the near side. Hirsch pressured by Fetchy. Gives up the pass to Witzowski. Now Stifler. Far side. Pass intercepted nicely by Michalowski just recently into the game. The ball is cleared all the way down. John Regland will fake and then pick it up. Regland bouncing the ball once and twice. Awaiting the kick, he will bounce it again and then kick it. High in the air and well past midfield. Ball taken by Murillo. Run into by number 31, Naxted, and we will stop the clock once again as the Blue Jay midfielder will get a talking to. No cards yet in this game and no card there on that challenge. It's been a relatively clean game from both squads in terms of fouls. Just 10 total fouls in the game so far. We're under 17 minutes to go in the second half. Blue Jays still leading 1-0. 62nd minute goal by Andrew Moore off of the deflection of the shot by Josh Rudd is the difference. Here's the throw in into the box. It's bouncing around dangerously and cleared away. I believe that was Christian Mullen who got foot to it. Now Bigby running. Is Bigby going to be Hirsch to the ball? No, he is not. Hirsch does well. Keep it away, and it's kept in play, and Hirsch will control with lots of space. Hirsch looking up. It's brought back by Yarwood, and then Hirsch and Witzowski battling for it. Hirsch wins it. He found his target, Stefanski, but Stefanski couldn't find anybody. Now Bigby's behind the defense. Bigby looking for some help possibly. He chips it towards the keeper, and it's swallowed up by Jensen. Very easy pickup for the Dubuque keeper. Murillo fouled Stifler, tripped him up, and the Blue Jays will have a free kick. So we check it out here. Stifler played that ball a little too far, got possession back, and then he was tripped up. So from about 45 yards out, Blue Jay free kick came in, and now it's DeLong with it on the far side. DeLong making a couple moves, sending it towards the box, and Riley Jensen will grab it. Easy play for him either way. Even if he let it go, it looked like it probably would have hit the post and gone out. Ball lifted over the head of Scott Johnson. Gonzalo Hernandez on the receiving end. Plays it back for Klatka. Whiffing on it was Brett Stifler, but right behind him to back him up was Derek Dedman. Witzowski sliding and keeping possession. Witzowski trying to get up for Naxted. And then conceded is the throw-in. Christian Michalowski, right back, was there. Now Dubuque will have another sub. Gonzalo Hernandez, the forward, will head out. Leo Length will move from his right midfielder spot to the forward spot. But here's Elmhurst controlling in their offensive half. Ball is cleared. Length hoping that ball would get by Christian Mullen, but it did not. Now here's a foul on the Blue Jays, and Dubuque will have a free kick. A couple of subs awaiting to come in for both teams. Bigby telling Danny Daniels where exactly the throw it or the free kick needs to be taken. We are just in front of midfield. Lots of people congregating right near the box in the left part of your screen. The ball's lifted in. Reglin almost had it go over his head, but able to reach it on a full extension. Almost seemed like Reglin slightly misplayed that. But he was able to stretch as high as he could and get his hands on it and make the catch. Still no shots for Dubuque in this second half. $20 shots to 2. As now Mike Emig will come in replacing Bigby. DeLong hits it over his head and out of play. As the Elmhurst just continues to play defense. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to play. In regulation, Blue Jays leading 1-0. That pass by Klatka is well beyond his intended target, Jacob Fahrenkrug. So with a couple, and now another sub will come in. Andrew Moore back in. Good to see him back. He was injured earlier in the game. Seems to be running fine now after seeing the trainer. Lifted up towards Length, headed away by Mullen. But then back in by Wiley. Length got a hand on it. Mullen, clearing attempt wasn't quite convincing enough. But the Blue Jays do eventually get it out of their offensive half. Now it's controlled by DeLong. DeLong looking for Emig. Nice lifted pass. Emig possibly get a shot off here. Instead, he's taken down hard, and that's going to be a penalty. We're going to stop the clock as that is going to be a penalty shot for the Blue Jays. Michael DeLong with the ball towards Mike Emig. He was tripped up, and the referee saw that he got no ball. It was the left, or excuse me, to make that the right back, and the substitute Christian Michalowski who was on the foul, and so Michael DeLong who has 3 goals on the season, will be the one to take this from the spot. Riley Jensen in net. DeLong and Jensen. Is to put the Blue Jays up 2-0 with just over 11 minutes to play. DeLong getting the nerves out by bouncing around. It'll be a long run up for him. Referee talking to a couple of players, making sure they don't go over the box before the ball is hit. DeLong with the run up. He shoots and scores. So Michael DeLong springs Emig. Emig gets fouled. The penalty shot is given, and DeLong puts the Blue Jays up 2-0. Jensen guessed right and just about got there. He couldn't believe he didn't. But DeLong snuck it inside the near post, or the left post, excuse me, on the ground. And so the Blue Jays now have a much more comfortable 2-0 lead. DeLong looking to add once again. It's given away as there were 3 defenders and no help for DeLong there. 4th goal of the season for DeLong, making him sole position and second on the Blue Jays. He springs the pass to get Emig in open space. Emig gets fouled and DeLong gets rewarded for his nice lifted pass with the goal. So the Blue Jay penalty kick on a interesting call by the official. Too tough to see whether the defender got a foot on the ball. Michalowski battling with Emig, and Michalowski was obviously distraught with the call. But he did take out Emig in the box, and That's where the call came from. DeLong right there lost it to Danny Daniels, trying to make a move, but then just lost the ball. So it's a 2-0 Blue Jay lead, ticking to about 10 minutes to go in regulation. Substitution for Dubuque. Billy Belmonte back in, replacing Jack Stefanski. Couple of Blue Jays set to check in at the next dead ball. So at Elmhurst's 21st shot of the game, their second goal comes, and they now lead 2-0. Here's a ball that's going to be swung into the box on the throw-in. Headed on by Klatka, and then into the awaiting arms of John Reglin. It wasn't a tough save for him, but he was able to scoop it up. Long throw-in came in. Klatka got a head on it, possibly hoping that another player, Leo Lenth, was in the area, could get a little bit more on it. But instead, it was into the awaiting arms of John Reglin. And that's the first shot on goal for Dubuque and the first shot of the second half for the Spartans. First save for Reglin, and an easy one at that. Couple of subs in now for the Blue Jays. Josh Rudd back into the game. They'll replace Nick Fetchy. And Jordan Fletcher seeing action once again. And now we will switch keepers as well. Reglin's day is done. Nathaniel Power, who's played in just one game so far this season, has not given up a goal, will be in net. He was a part of a joint shutout between the two teams, or between the two keepers, excuse me. We'll reset the clock to 8:35 and we'll get started in just a moment. But for John Reglin, one save on the game, so it'll be 69 saves on the season. He will not get credit for the shutout if the Blue Jays do indeed shut them out. It will be a team shutout. It would be the team's 10th on the season. Reglin has 8, and then Power and Reglin combined for 1, so they have 9 currently. Still over 8 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Dubuque to get on the board, put some pressure on the Blue Jays. That was Dubuque's third shot of the game, that one that was saved by Reglin. First shot of the second half. Lenth tried to head that towards his fellow attacker, was unable to do so, and the Blue Jays clear. Here's Josh Rudd with some space, but it's taken away quickly. Now Leo Lenth playing catch with one of his teammates, and it's Gonzalo Hernandez back into the game. Hernandez looking for an open player. He's got him in Billy Belmonte. Belmonte turns, looks up, and then Brandon Wiley just missed an opportunity to score there. Wiley looking for a foul call. It was a nice ball from Lenth to Belmonte, and Belmonte put one towards the middle. Couple of players collided. I think Wiley may have gotten cleated somewhere by a defender, but able to push Wiley off the ball just enough. Nathaniel Power will put us back into play with the goal kick. Just over 7 minutes to go. Blue Jays leading 2-0. Whistle was called. Emig was sprinting down the sideline. Fletcher got in the way of the free kick. Gonzalo Hernandez flicks one on. Power coming out. Shielding Lenth was Brad Yarwood. Nice play by him. Keep Lenth away from the ball. We'll see on the replay. Nathaniel Power able to eventually corral this one. He came out a little bit late. Nice play by Yarwood, though, to shield off the attacking Leo Length. Dubuque now controlling, lifting one forward. Gonzalo Hernandez once again will flick one on, but this one isn't quite on target. Blasted away by Jeff Kading. Emig battling with Danny Daniels and will not go for that one, as it will go in the awaiting arms of Riley Jensen. 2-0 Blue Jays, 6 minutes to go in regulation. Elmhurst looking for their third consecutive win and third consecutive shutout. Sliding takeaway by Brett Stifler. First dribble was a little too far, and it's taken away by Klatka, but right back to Jordan Fletcher of the Blue Jays. Blue Jays just playing passing drill on the near side, eventually getting up for Emig. Emig slide tackled, taken away nicely by the Dubuque defense, and then Emig comes right back into it, being physical with Danny Daniels, who was wondering whether a foul should have been called. Emig just laughs it off. Blue Jays 5 minutes away from their third consecutive victory and third consecutive shutout. Throw in for Dubuque on the near side. It goes past everybody, including the intended target, Leo Length, and it's blasted straight in the air by Christian Mullen with some backspin, so it'll spin right back to Billy Belmonte, who takes this throw in on the near side. Belmonte looking for Length. It's headed back by Yarwood. Rudd tried to get it over Belmonte, but could not. It ended up in Fletcher's area anyway, and Fletcher kicked it away. Billy Belmonte, as Dubuque continues to try to get another shot on goal, try to get on the board late in this game. John Regland, starting goalkeeper for the Blue Jays, is out. He's been substituted, and Nathaniel Power is in for the Blue Jays. Brandon Wiley kicking one up. Power coming out briefly, but then it was headed away by Mullen anyway. Length will run for it. It was deflected off him, and Power will have a goal kick. So we see it was headed to the feet of Length, but Length couldn't corral it, as he surely wasn't expecting that ball to come straight to him. So it was kicked over the end line, and Nathaniel Power, substitute goalkeeper for the Blue Jays, kicking it away from the base of the M in Elmhurst in the end zone. Kading got his feet taken out from under him, and clock will be stopped, as this could be our first card of the game, and it is. First card of the game for either team. The fans, Dubuque fans, can't believe it. They were wanting a card on a different Elmhurst player earlier in the game. That's the same player that took out Mike Emig and gave the Blue Jays their second goal on the penalty kick. Christian Michalowski, 5'11" freshman from Streamwood, Illinois. Perhaps not a game he will remember after giving up the penalty kick and then getting a yellow card. I'd say it's a pretty ticky-tack yellow card. Kading was taken out, but not like he wasn't going for the ball, was Michalowski. But either way, it is what it is, and we're ticking under 3 minutes to go. Blue Jays 3 minutes from a 2-0 win and a shutout. Blue Jays with 21 shots on the game, 6 of them on goal. 4 saves made by Dubuque's keeper Riley Jensen. 1 very, very good save on a dive early in the game to keep it scoreless. Fletcher heading up. Here's Emig with a head of steam. Emig bodying up Danny Daniels. There's just a bunch of pushing and shoving. Both players go to the ground, and it's just going to be a foul on Emig. Nothing more. Emig very, very physical as a player. And you'll see it here, and they both just battle for that ball. Both head to the ground, and the foul was eventually given to Emig. Gonzalo Hernandez giving off. Throw-in will instead be taken by Billy Belmonte. Belmonte lifting one towards Length. Length had it. Wazowski whiffed the first time, but corralled it anyway. And with a minute and a half to go, Blue Jays feeling very comfortable. Stopping the clock as the ball was out of play. Now starting it again as the throw-in is taken. Hernandez sprinting down the sideline trying to get to that one. He does. Hernandez looking to lift one with a stronger left foot. Could not do so, and it's blasted away by the Blue Jays. Blue Jay coaching staff unable to control that one in the coaching box, and with 57.9 seconds to go. Two to nothing Blue Jays as the seconds continue to tick away and the Blue Jays continue to get closer and closer to a 2-0 win. Next up for the Blue Jays will be Illinois Wesleyan right here at Langhorse Field and right here on Blue Jay TV. Emig sprinting towards the sideline trying to win the throw-in, did not. It was won by Daniels. So with 23 seconds to go, Blue Jays should get out of here with a convincing 2-0 victory. That game for the men will be at 5:30. The women will also host Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday. This Saturday, October 25th, as the final 5 seconds count down, and the Blue Jays will win. Blue Jays win 2-0.
The final score, Elmhurst 2, Dubuque 0.
After a scoreless first half, it was Andrew Moore getting the Blue Jays on the board with his first goal of the season. Josh Rudd took a shot that was blasted off of the keeper Jensen, and the rebound fell right to the feet of Andrew Moore. And that put the Blue Jays up 1-0 as Moore put it away. That was in the 62nd minute, and then in the 79th minute, Michael DeLong put the Blue Jays up 2-0 on a penalty kick that was really sprung by his pass to Mike Emig. Emig was taken down to the box, and the penalty was given. 21 shots for the Blue Jays, 3 shots for Dubuque. 6 of Elmhurst shots found the frame, just 1 of Dubuque's found the frame. John Reglan and Nathaniel Power combined for the shutout for the Blue Jays. Reglan made 1 save. Power didn't have to make a save in his time in net. Thank you for watching. I'd like to thank Glenn Liljeberg and Kevin Jude, all they do to contribute to the broadcast. I'm Luke Tanaka saying so long from Elmhurst. Remember our next broadcast this Saturday, men's and women's soccer, 3 and 5 o'clock, 3 and 5:30, excuse me, right here on Blue Jay TV and right here at Langhorse Field. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the result. 2-0 Blue Jays win over Dubuque. Have a good night, everybody.